Hey, we are back. New year, new money. That Kobe year,
New year,
2024.
new money, Mamba mentality all year. It's time to really clean them out.
Yeah, man. It felt like we've been gone for a minute, and there's been no UFC for a minute. Um, but just tackling it right quick. Let's just get into the recap before we move forward of the year. The last card you went 2-2, and it was even, straight up even. You had Leon Edwards won. We had a parlay with Lipsky, Ferguson, and Emmett, and Ferguson
Oh,
unfortunately
Ferguson fucked
let
it
all
up.
of us down. He still washed, and
But then,
then the
how weak is Patty though? He couldn't even finish him.
yeah, exactly. They were saying that. I think he talked to Michael Chandler right after the fight, and he was saying like, "Damn, I couldn't finish him, or whatever." But Michael Chandler did. So, and then the other parlay you had that didn't hit was the Edwards, Royval, and Rachmanov. So Royval was the killer. Same thing
Yeah,
for me. Royval, I thought Royval was going to be a lot better. And then the one you did hit, it was Aldana, Rachmanov, and Luque, but Luque got canceled
oh,
due to Cuck Gary pulling out due to illness. We knew something was up. And so it brought down the parlay to minus 130, but you won it. So it went 2-2. And then you finished the year at 25 and 27, but plus 18.65 units, man. So the parlays were hitting, we're cashing. That's big. That means if you're $100 better and you followed his bets, you would have been up, what, 18 over $1,800 on $100
sheesh.
bet. So, it pays. It pays to follow and watch along. And then for me, I went 1-2, minus 1 unit. I got Royval wrong. The Luque fight got canceled. And then Ferguson, I got wrong as well. I thought he was going to do something. And then my parlay was Rachmanov, Aldana, and then Brown was canceled. Randy Brown fight was canceled. So same parlay as you, minus 130. But I got minus 1 unit. So I ended up at 26 and 23 plus 5.9 units. So $100 bettors would have been up $590. So, these are just our, best bets or little 3-4 bets that we give out. You could DM us directly if you want the whole card, but in our thoughts, but we break them down right here for y'all. So,
Yeah, man.
um,
Shout out to the homies in the comments that drop their picks every now and then. You
yeah, keep
dig?
keep dropping them, bro. Share the wealth, share the fade. If you want to fade us, write it in there too, bro. Write it all in there. Whatever y'all like. But we're starting a new year, new tracking, new everything. We're gonna have a full year of SmokeOut, and it's gonna be exciting, man. We got a nice little warm up card, a little Vegas 84. I'm surprised. I mean, the card is actually pretty decent for it being a fight at the Apex because they've been
Yeah,
bullshitting on those Apex cards.
they got some solid names on there, but I think it's just because 2024, hella people were on ice, and just like now, it's UFC is gonna go hard for 2024. UFC 300, like they've been stacking these cards that's been leading up to 300, so should be a dope
Yeah.
year.
Hell yeah. So they already announced, like you said, hell is shit. And then 300 hasn't even been fully announced yet with all the fights. A couple fights they announced,
Oh,
I believe. But
this is my guy right
um,
here. This fight's still going on.
yeah, man. So Josh Van is actually a short notice. So I guess let's just get right into it then. Right into it. Josh Van going against Felipe Burns or Bunez, however you want to say it. But it looks like Felipe Bunez was actually supposed to fight Dennis Bondar, and Bondar withdrew. So we got Josh Van repping for the Yellow Squad out here, man. He's from Burma, aka Myanmar. I don't want to get into the whole war they got going on there. If you've seen Rambo, you could be familiar. But yeah, man, I think this is a good fight right here because we're getting Josh Van, who's real entertaining. He
Hey,
is a
Josh
little
Van,
juiced though.
he's been my guy though. I've been riding the wave. What they got him really big favored.
Yeah, he was like a minus one, what, like 180 or something. Now he's minus 210 on Bet
Damn.
Online. So rightfully so, man. I mean, I'm not too sure about what the whole Felipe Bunez is, and I'll share this with y'all. He's 13-6,
Oh, got a
34
hat.
years old already. I mean, he was on a 2-fight winning streak, but he was in the LFA the last two wins. The only big name that he even fought was Jussier Formiga, who's not in the UFC anymore, and he lost him anyways. So I mean, there's not really an impressive resume for me personally. So I'm gonna go with Josh Van on this one, man. A little juicy, but start off the year right. The fearless Josh Van.
Yeah, man. I've been high on this guy since He made his debut actually at short notice, so this is right up his alley. And he was like a kind of an underdog, but this fool's hella raw. He got hella technique, hella speed. He's young still. He knows how to put everything together. I think Josh Van's going to be a big prospect 2024. He's building his way up to it. So, yeah, I might have that as a lock of the night.
Ooh, first fight of the night.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you might want to start some parlays with this one, just to start it off right. But yeah, no, I mean, like you were saying, he's a good prospect. I mean, I didn't think he was going to be that good. He still got some holes, obviously, right? But I think this is a good matchup for him. And he's got a chin. Like last fight, maybe even 2 fights ago. Let me look down here. He had his chin tested, bro. But he was able to overcome it, put in some grappling on top of his striking. So yeah, man, I'm all about that. Even though that Zuma Gulov fight was a split, which is a little sketch, but at the end of the day, you're young, you're still new, so he's getting better every fight in theory.
Yep. Well, a short notice too. We don't know what he's been doing, but I think he should be good. Like I said, he made his debut on short notice, so.
Yeah, and the other guy, like 34-year-old prospect, bro, like from LFA. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Leslie, I'm good off that. Next up, what do we got here? We got Nicholas Malta against Tom Nolan, the prospect from Contender Series. This is a huge odds thing. Tom Nolan's now a minus 330, and Malta's a plus 270, man. I mean, what do you think about these two guys here?
Well, Malta, he just fought recently, and they were hyping him up that he goes in there and he's like a killer or what. But who was it against?
Last fight he was fighting against. It was Trey Ogden. Remember that one where they premature stopped it, and they thought he was which we thought he was.
Yeah.
And then they said no contest. So it helped me a lot that fight because I actually had him.
Bet. Yeah, because I had Trey Ogden. They took it away. Yeah, that was shady. But who's this other guy? This British dude fought. He looked pale as fuck too.
Tom Nolan, man, from Australia, prospect, 23 years old, long as hell, height advantage, reach advantage. He won with a knockout in the first round against some other Bogdan Grad, which is just another prospect in the Contender Series. So Contender Series people, we got to kind of chill out on their debut. And I know this is a little juicy as well, but fuck, dude, it's hard for me to bet on Malta after seeing like the way he fights. I think he's going to fall into the way Nolan fights, and Nolan's going to be able to knock him out. But yeah, I mean, I'm taking him as a parlay piece, juicy, greasy parlay piece. But 330 is a little much, I would say. I don't know if I think he wins.
Yeah, I don't know if I would add this one in my bets, but just to get on the value, I probably would bet on smoking that Malta way.
Smoking that Malta. Yeah, man. If you want to take a stab on the big odds, because Malta does have way more experience. I mean, he does pack a punch.
6-0 to 13-6. It's pretty.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just a little scared because Malta, every fight I thought this is the fight he's gonna bounce back, and then it's just like he's
2024.
But he's at Extreme Couture, which is a decent gym for especially for the way he fights, the way his style is. But yeah, man, that's gonna be it's just a little warm up, but I think it's gonna be some entertainment value. Now we got two unlockables. We got Weston Wilson and Gene Silva. Weston Wilson, I believe that he was already scheduled to fight, and his opponent originally was Gabriel Santos, who withdrew as well. So Gene Silva is on a short notice fight. I mean, let's start with Gene Silva. I don't know too much about him. He's 11-2. He's 27 on an 8-fight win streak. He looks like the real deal. I ain't gonna lie. Well-rounded, and he could also KO people. That's kind of the way he wins mostly. But he can do a little grappling as well and some BJJ just by nature, by culture, But he's also from Contender Series. He hasn't had the best opponents, but he's been dominating every single person that stepped it in with him. So, I mean, Weston Wilson, 16-8. He looks like a jobber. 34 years old, man. Last fight he lost to was Brito, Joe Anderson Brito, who is raw. So, that's not even. I'm not hating on that loss, but in general, the league that he was fighting in, like tough and Rock the Bell 6 boxing, bro, Conflict MMA, like these are not leagues that I would say are any high level leagues. So, but here's the catcher, bro. The odds is Gene Silva is now minus 900.
Oh, come on.
He was originally, I think, I saw him around minus 600 last week or something like that, early in the week. And I already thought it was crazy. And Weston Wilson was plus 550, but now he's plus 600. So, I mean, I'm not betting on this one. I'm not, but if I had to, gun to head on like what value is, I mean, Weston Wilson plus 600 is a little tempting, but nothing more than pizza money. It's just hard for me to put minus 900 in there.
Yeah, especially if I got unlockable too. Like, come on. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, like you said, Weston Wilson looking like a jobber, so
yeah, so it's hard for me to even put money on him, even at that quote unquote value. Because Gene Silva should be able to knock this guy out with no issues at all. But I just can't even bet. Let me look at the what the knockout prop is. Gene Silva by knockout minus 200, man. That's a little juicy. Yeah. Stay away from me. I mean, there's no way to, I feel like, really play this other than maybe what, under? Damn, even though under 1.5 is minus 350, bro. Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, this is we're starting the new year right. We ain't playing this. All right. We're not degenning out on this one, guys. Sorry to say. But okay, we're getting some. This is a good one here. This is a low-key good one. Farid Basharat, the prospect, one of the brothers, against Taylor Lapilus from France. You know, one of those black French prospects.
Your favorite place?
Yeah, I'm actually off the train. I'm a big Cyril Gahn guy, but you know what? He lost some points in my book now. I'm not with the whole Paris squad. So, yeah, Cyril, sorry, Cyril. I think he's going to get washed up if he fights Aspinall. But yeah, Farid Basharat, man, undefeated prospect, one of the brothers, 15-fight win streak.
Yeah, how big of a favorite is he for this one?
This is a crazy thing here. Farid Basharat's minus 300 now. And I was going to say this is one of my best bets. I actually got him at minus 230 end of last week, and he already shot up to minus 300. So at this point, maybe a parlay piece in the greasy parlay.
Yeah, he's been finishing lately too. I was going to say maybe the over, but what's the over?
The over is minus 245, over 2.5. So the under is plus 195. Yeah, so you get some plus money. But yeah, I mean, for me, obviously the skill, who's overall skill wise, Farid's better all around. The only thing that I don't think he's missing is the power comparatively to Lapilus. Lapilus, like, that's what his advantage is going to be, is the power. I mean, everything else, I don't think he's better than Basharat, you know? Yeah. The people that Basharat's fought are pretty decent at this point. Clayton Rodriguez. Let me share this show. Clayton Rodriguez, Damon Blackshear, Alan Bagoso that Max Griffin brought up on one of our episodes, one of his teammates and homies. So, which are decent fighters, man. So, I don't know about Taylor Lapilus. 19-3, he is raw. He's strong. But the people that he's fought is just not, he just doesn't have the same experience yet. Like, he's fought Nate Maness, I like. And then, like, Cowlin Lauren, like, nah, I'm good off that guy. That's the redheaded guy. If you guys remember, he was like some random guy we never seen before. And then dude was undefeated, and dude ended up losing to Lapilus. So, yeah, man, I'm going for Reed, greasy, whatever you like.
For sure.
What do you like?
Same. I don't even know this dude. So,
hey, here's some more. I'm wondering why they're kind of high up in the card. They should have moved this fight down, but it could be a banger.
Banger though. This guy Marcus McGahee, he be bringing it.
Yeah, he was underrated for a minute when he first debuted. But yeah, Marcus McGee against Gaston Bolanos.
Hey, but these Peruvian fighters, they made a big splash, I want to say, the last couple of years, and they just keep on going. So, damn, this might be a close one. What's their records? Or like who they fought? I know McGahee, he's been on a winning streak, right?
Yeah, McGahee. First of all, he's minus 260, so pretty big favorite. Money's been coming in on him. He's 8-1, 4-fight win streak, and the last guy he fought was JP Buys, who, I'll be honest, sucks. And then also he fought Journey Newsom, who's a little better than JP Buys in my opinion, but he also finished him. And both those fights, I believe that McGee was either a pick'ems or an underdog. Like, people were kind of underrating him. Now he's a huge favorite, which does kind of concern me, bro, because I do think he's good and a lot better. But now it's like they're juicing it to the tits. You got Gaston Bolaños, Gaston at 7-3. He's more of a striker, boxer, finishes people, and then he just beat Aaron Phillips by decision. And then before that, he fought in Bellator most of his career, it looks
Mm.
like. So
And
he has the experience.
this might be a close fight. What's the over?
And the under over for this is 2.5 at plus 175 over.
Oh, so they
So
expect to finish.
yeah, they expect someone's getting finished by the other.
But
And
these are like what 145ers?
no, they might be even smaller than that. Let me double check. They're fighting at 135.
Oh yeah, fuck. I don't know. I might take the over on this.
Yeah, man, I think that's a decent look for value. Plus 175 at plus money. Get the over 2.5. Maybe these guys could brawl it out. The only thing is, Bolaños is a striker, like we said, just one way he's going to win is knockout or just by outpointing. Whereas McGee, I think, is a more well-rounded guy.
Yeah, he could grapple. He could
grapple. He got power. He can strike. So it is tough, bro. But I think McGee wins, but minus 260 is a little pricey for me for him. I don't like Bolaños, but at plus 220, I might be open to sprinkling some on him, but I'm gonna wait because at this point, McGee, I think you got to put him in a parlay or something if you like him. I can see that being a greaser.
I can see him being the parlay killer too.
Yeah, so yeah, right now I'm not betting on this one, but I do lean Bolaños as far as like some pizza money, some small bets, just on the value. But who I think wins, like McGee is definitely a more well-rounded MMA fighter. But don't sleep on Bolaños' experience. I think that's something that we got to just be aware of.
Yeah.
But he's well-rounded or not well-rounded. Okay, here we go. We got another banger, another like low-key banger. We got. I gotta share this one. Smellisberg, the guy that disappointed me last fight. Jedi, what's his name? Jedi, Semi the Jedi. And against Preston Parson. Yeah, man. What do you like on this?
Yeah, I got the Jedi.
Yeah, Jedi. I mean, he's on a
he's on a 2-fight losing streak.
Yeah, he only beat Jake Matthews by decision that time. I mean, he's fought decent competition, but anyone that's been pretty decent, he's lost to be honest.
For real, he lost to Morono. That's all, man.
Bro, Chaos Williams, who's a power puncher.
He's a hitter. And who's Preston?
And then Preston over here, 10-4, 28 years old. He's on a one-loss losing streak against Trevin Giles.
That's a big red flag.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight Basil Hafez, that swole, tattered up Middle Eastern guy. I don't know if you remember, but that got canceled. But Hafez pulled out. So I mean, the only other person he's lost to here, I mean, recently as far as UFC goes, is Daniel Rodriguez. But it looks like this guy is going to try to grapple, man. That's the one thing I think Smellisberger can grapple a little bit, but we see that on his back, and we don't like that. We don't like that. But I'm with you, man. I like Smellisberger here. I think this is his bounce back spot. Yeah. If he doesn't bounce back here, then I'm off the train all the way. I feel like I said this a lot at the end of last year, but I got him at 130, minus 130. This is gonna be one of my best bets, man. He's at minus 132 right now, so still about the same price. Maybe the over or something you guys might be interested in. Over 1.5, minus 165. Both guys are pretty durable. Smellisberger is very durable. Other than him being on the ground, if he gets choked out, that's another story. But he's not getting knocked out. Yeah. There's no way. But yeah, I think that's a close fight, close bout, I guess, as far as odds go. This white on white crime. Next up, we're moving into the main event of the prelims, man. Shout outs to Andrei Arlovsky. I actually saw him at the UFC, the last UFC event, 296. I was actually walking during the prelims into like the actual arena, and I was crossing the parking lot street, and I looked over while this guy was going towards me, and he was huge, and he was with like an old ass lady, like his mom or something. And then I looked at him, I was like, why does he look so familiar? And I was like, oh shit, that's fucking Andrei Arlovsky. And I gave him like, hey, Andre, and he's like, hey, crazy man. Yeah, man.
Pee-pee.
I can't believe he's still fighting, bro. That's crazy.
I know he's a savage. Is in there too. He be losing sometimes by little mental mistakes, but it's just like like you said, he's still fighting. But Waldo Cortez, man, this guy right here, his kryptonite is leg kicks. But I feel like Arlovsky ain't gonna throw no leg kicks like that. But I feel like Waldo's gonna use his boxing. He got good ass boxing, that Dominican,
Yeah,
Spanish,
he was a pitcher.
that Latino boxing shit. So I feel like he can finish Arlovsky out of here, especially it's a small cage too.
Yeah, so someone's probably getting finished. The under over is actually 1.5 rounds. The over is juice minus 136 right now.
What's
Uh,
what's Waldo by TKO?
so Waldo by itself is minus 650. The TKO is a minus
Damn,
180.
minus 650. He's a big favorite. Well, I think he's gonna finish him.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the only way.
Cause
The
that's
only thing I'm. Oh,
go ahead, though.
No, I'm just saying I'm worried about Waldo Cortez as far as knockout goes because his power is there. But there, if you look, and I'll share this with you guys here, the last few fights he's had, he surprisingly hasn't been finishing. Like Bresky's the only one he finished. Before that, he couldn't finish. He lost to Rogerio by decision. Couldn't finish him. Couldn't finish Chase Sherman. Couldn't finish Vandera. All right. And before that was Contender Series where he did start knocking people out.
No,
So it's like
he be getting tired as fuck in his fights, and also like I said, once he gets a leg kick, he's like it's a wrap for him. So the only thing about me, I just feel like Arlovsky's chin, like all these guys Arlovsky been fighting, they don't really have like go to Arlovsky. Who's he fought lately?
he lost to Dontel Mays by a finish, knockout,
Yeah.
pretty much TK.
And
DeLima by choke. I mean, he's only won by split on the lows of the lows. You know what I'm saying? The 4 wins he got were Carlos Felipe, Sherman, Vendere, Collier. Like,
yeah,
come
see,
on,
all guys who don't like have no good striking, and that's why I feel like Waldo can get him out of here. He's gonna hit that chin, just pop, 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 and you know what I'm saying? Just I don't know. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Rightful favorite, you know, as far as Acosta should be the favorite. This is a huge favorite, though. As far as Arlovsky, I think Arlovsky has the better IQ because of the experience. Yeah. But like you said, there's some old guys that the chin doesn't fully go away. For example, I think Jim Miller can still fight for being old, right? There's certain guys, but Arlovsky, we've seen his chin is not there. He knows it. He said it in interviews before where he knows, like, I'm not here to just stand in the pocket and just like throw with these kids, you know, like this ain't what I'm doing. So I'm trying to be a little more smart. If he's smart, I mean, he's going to have to try to grapple. He's going to have to try to bring Acosta down.
He got a leg kick because that's what the dude sucks at getting leg kicks, bro.
True. That's
he's like pure boxing. He's a pure like boxer. So every time he gets leg kicked, like he fucking sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, even though I think the value's on Arlovsky at this point, but I can't get myself to put any money on it because you know the most likely outcome is that Arlovsky gets slept, and that's just the real deal, you know. So I'm gonna say for the pick, I think Waldo wins. Obviously, if you like to really clinch your butthole, maybe the over one. But I know that's a little tough.
No, because he might be respecting him too much. You never know.
Yeah, if it gets to the ground, at least maybe it'll just buy some time.
He don't ever use his ground shit though. Arlovsky, he don't ever grapple, bro. He just strikes.
Sure, Arlovsky. You need to show him his ass some videos
because he's a sambo fighter. He's like that's how he came in the game. He was a sambo dude, and that's like leg locks. But then he just fell in love with boxing.
Yeah, and then he got older, and then it's like, bruh, that chin.
Well, yeah, bro, he's been doing it since
got mileage
forever.
Yeah,
now.
I'm out there, but that's good to see. You know, it might be his last fight. Real talk. Just the way he is. Okay, here we go. Okay. We got the blonde pretty boys here, the non-natural blondes. We got Philip Hawes against Bruno Ferreira, the Hulk, bro. I think this is going to be a fucking banger opening up the card. I'm just going to start with this because this is one of my best bets. I'm going Hulk. I got him at minus 125. What is he at? He's still at minus 125. So there's some love on Philip Hawes. Yeah. But the Hulk, Bruno Ferreira, 10-1. You know, he's not huge. He's 5'10", 30 years old. He lost his last fight. Was it Rusby Moev? One of those guys. And he got knocked out, actually, trying to throw too much hands. But I think this is where he bounced back. They picked the perfect opponent for him. Phil Hawes, Mr. Get Slept. He is good, though. Don't sleep on him.
Or sleep somebody sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to do a banger hit, but I think this is where Phil Hawes gets slept. I would look at even the Bruno Ferreira knockout. I think the knockout's at plus 185. I haven't hit that yet, but I might hit that. But I'm on my Bruno Ferreira minus 125, bro. I think that's the spot there. Ferreira's young in his career, ready to bounce back. Phil Hawes, 35 years old, bro.
Oh
He
yeah,
does have
sliding all
power.
back.
He does have wrestling, but I mean, he's getting finished by anyone that's decent, man. The last person he beat was Darren Wynn. Just put that into perspective. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, yeah. And then before that, I mean, he did beat Kyle Dawkins and Imamov, who's really good, and even Malkoon. So that's when I was kind of like thinking he was going to be good. And then he started losing to Chris Curtis, and then Roman Dolite. I mean, those are pretty good fighters. I just don't think Phil Haas is there all the way at this
Yeah.
age. I'm gonna go with the younger guy, bouncing back, off a loss. So
Same. Bruno.
Man, they got some bangers for this one, bro. This could have been one of those like fight nights in a different like city,
Somewhere
card.
like Oklahoma or something.
Yeah, anywhere, like fuck it. We got Ricky Simone against Mario Batista.
Ooh, Batista been on a big win streak. Ricky
Hell yeah,
Simone
this
coming
is a
off
great matchup.
who did he get yoked by in his last fight?
Ricky Simone, man. Last fight he lost to Yadong Song Yadong, who's obviously a headliner.
It's not a bad loss though.
Nah, not that loss. And look at the last fight. Jack Shore, Rafael Asuncao, I mean, Brian Keller, those are all right. But Jack Shore is actually a really good prospect, well-rounded, and Ricky Simone was able to finish him. And the thing is, Ricky Simone's gotten better since his fights back in like 2019, 2018. You know what I'm saying? Like those, when he lost to Uriah Faber, like Uriah Faber was still fighting back then. Like,
that was crazy. Like Uriah Faber's like return fight.
Which is fucking crazy. But I think Ricky Simone's there now. He's going to try to wrestle. I mean, he could get knocked out by Mario Batista because Mario, like you said, has been on a tear. He's actually really fucking strong as well. 13-2, 5-fight win streak, and he beat Damon Blackshear, Canetti, Lopez.
Short notice though.
Yeah, true. And I was on him in that fight. He's a big favorite, but I think Ricky Simone's, just overall the style is going to be better. The power I think is going to come from what's his name, the other guy, Mario Batista. But I almost said Mario Batali, but Mario Batista here. And but I think Simone is just going to be better at minus 175. I got him at minus 140, but even at minus 175, I think Ricky Simone's the right side there. Anything up to like minus 190, maybe 180 is pushing it, but yeah, I think he's still good
for sure. What's interesting though, like he fought, he beat Damon Blackshear, who's a good ass grappler, but I think the wrestling's different. Damon Blackshear is kind of like, he don't have like the shots like that, but he'll like to grab you and like stick to you. Simone can shoot, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like really wrestle. And then also Simone he got hands too. He's a little shorter, but I don't know. It's short. It's gonna be in the small cage, 3 rounds. It's gonna be close. What's the over?
The over is at 2.5, minus 170 on the over.
That might be the way.
Yeah, it might be a close fight. Simone's like, you got that point guy. He gets position on his grappling, as opposed to, like you said, Blackshear is like, he could submit people. He could try to go for submissions, and then he does a lot of clinching. But as far as like ground control, like straight on the ground, you don't have that strength because Batista's a strong ass dude too.
Yeah.
He's pretty strong. So, but Simone's on that big back type of shit, So once he gets on top of you all the way, it's going to be hard to get him off. So we'll see. If it stays standing, I am a little concerned because I think Batista does have a slight advantage on the striking. But I don't think it's that far off where Simone doesn't have a chance.
Yeah,
or anything.
for sure.
He can get in the pocket, you know what I'm saying? And try to throw it that way.
Yeah, I would go with Ricky sideways.
Ricky. Okay, we got some interesting matchup here. We were talking about it. Jim Miller, old man, against Gabriel Benitez. So some Mexican fighters on the card here.
I wish they would have held out Jim Miller to UFC 300, but
yeah, because you don't want him to retire on this one, right?
Yeah, or just even like get yoked or something like that. Because Benitez, he's been there where he's like not a prospect. He's like a like a mid tier kind of guy that brings it all the time, but he's like he's solid, man. And I feel like he might just have more juice in the tank than old ass Jim Miller. Like Jim Miller, he won in like one of his last fights, but I feel like the last couple fights he hasn't been looking too solid.
Yeah, man. This is actually close to a pick'ems fight. Jim Miller's a slight favorite, about minus 120. Yeah. Benitez like plus 100. Money's been going on a little sprinkle in both ways. No crazy moves. Like you said, Benitez, 35 years old, so he's not like a super young type of guy either. His last win was against Charlie Otaveros. ground and pound. But before that, he lost to David Onama, Billy Q, Omar Morales, Sodiq Yosef, Marzo. Like pretty much all the up and coming prospects or decent guys are pretty much gonna finish him. Whereas Miller, like you said, real questionable on the chin. His last fight, he did win against Jesse Butler, but before that, he lost to Alex Hernandez. That was the fight you're talking about by decision. And, Hernandez has been the most inconsistent fighter, damn near, that we know. So, man, this is
Cowboy
tough.
before that.
Before that, he beat Cowboy. He beat Nicholas Mota, who's on this card. Yeah, and then Eric Gonzalez. So, no lie, he might be looking to put out some Mexicans, bruh. So,
Mota Brazilian.
Who? Mota. That's all funny. His name's Mota, so I just assumed it was Mexican. I mean, no big play for me other than I'm gonna put a little something on Jim Miller at this close odds, minus 120. Minus pick'ems if you get up to pick'ems, but minus 120 is cool. I think Jim Miller's decent pick. I think he could finish Mowgli here, but he could also get finished. So it's gonna be a banger.
Man, it's a hard fight to pick for sure. What's the over under?
Over under 1.5 minus 140. Oh, yeah. So I mean, that could be a good one. But I can see both of these guys could finish each other on a knockout scale. On the ground, I think Jim Miller's better. He's going to be better grappler, jiu-jitsu guy. Let me see what the finishes are. So the most likely outcome props-wise is Benitez by KO plus 175. And then for Jim Miller's side, same thing by KO plus 275.
What about submission?
Submission plus 450.
For Jim Miller?
For Jim Miller.
Damn.
That's not bad.
That might be a little. Put a little money on that.
Just a little. Last time Jim Miller got a submission, he's finished most of his fights by submission. Over 50% of his wins are by submission, by the way. So just a fun stat for you guys. But he hasn't finished anyone since Donald Cerrone by guillotine choke back in 2022.
But yeah, that was only like his only other fight. So
yeah, everything else he's been actually knocking fools out, bro. Like 2020. Before that was 2020 when he did an armbar in Roosevelt Roberts. So yeah, man, it might be due, but he might also been falling in love with his hands.
Yeah,
just trying to knock it out.
Sleeping fools.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then he might be at risk to get slept too. Counter punch, knockout.
Or I feel like Benitez raw, like Mowgli, like he had he used to train at AKA and shit for a long time. Like he's a beast.
And I feel like he has good for his height. The way he strikes is hella like lanky. Like compared Jim Miller be trying to throw haymakers and then go in the pocket and start throwing hands. Benitez will keep it far, keep it at a distance, So Miller got to make it dirty, got to get it grappling, got to get up close, in my opinion. But I'm going Jim Miller. Are you going Benitez on this one, or are you going Miller?
I don't know.
It's a pick'ems. I mean, so
I'll probably just go with Benitez just for La Raza, and then they plus money too. So
yeah, slight plus money. Even this might be fight of the night. I mean, not as far as banger goes, but as far as skill set on the MMA, bro. I think Nicolao's slept on a lot. But yeah, this fight, Nicolau going against Manel Cape. He's infamous for the last time he said to Kai Kara France, he was using some inappropriate slurs for certain people's sexualities. And he went viral. But shout outs to Manel Cape, bro. He's finally actually fighting. I'm glad, because he's kind of like a prima donna. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let me see here. Oh, this is the co-main event, bro. Can you believe that? We got. Oops, sorry. We got Nicolau here, 19-3, 31 years old, so he's not super young anymore, 5'6". And he's like a decision type of guy. His last loss was to Brandon Royval. He got finished first round with the quickness by Royval, kind of boosting Royval to that title contention. But then before that, Nicolau's just pretty much been able to beat everyone, including Manel Cape. This is a rematch. Manel Cape lost by split decision back in 2021. And I believe that was Manel Cape's was it his debut? No, it was not. It was his second fight. He lost to Pantoja in his debut, and then he lost to Nicolau 2 in a row. But since then, he's beaten everyone.
Yeah, because he when he first came in, he wasn't going for it because he was getting so much hype because he was a champion from where was he a champion in? Not Rising or
Um,
which fighting
one. Oh,
organization?
it was
One.
Rising. No, it was
Okay,
Rising.
yeah. He was a champion from one, so he had hella hype. But his first few fights, he would not throw it, and like ever since now, he's been like more talking hella shit and like finishing people. So and going for it. I feel like he could get his revenge and finish Nikeli.
Hopefully he finishes him because like the last fight he has, Philip Dos Santos, he won. Dos Santos is a tough guy though, but won by decision. David Dvorak decision. Last person he knocked out was Zuma Gulov, but I feel like everyone's knocking out Zuma Gulov. And then Ode Osborne he finished as well. But as far as the resume, it doesn't look as impressive, right? But like you said, I have this same feeling that you have here. I think Manel Cape, there's a reason why he's a minus 270 right now, and he lost the first fight. You know what I'm saying? The books know something, books smell something, Nicolau is skilled, so I could see normally my normal self would look at this and be like, dude, Nicolau plus 230, like sign me up, right?
Yeah.
But I think in this spot, man, Manel Cape might be worth a greasy parlay piece. Maybe because I liked him when he was like around minus 230. Now he's minus 270. He's a little juicier, but you could pair him up with who's the other juicy one we're talking about? Somebody else about Joshua Van or Tom Nolan, with Fareed or something. So I might throw you guys a greasy parlay with Manel Cape because I think he ends up winning. The odds are a little much. But like you said, I think he really needs to try to win by a knockout or finish. He needs to make a statement, And on the ground, I don't think he's submitting Nicolau here. So let's just be honest. He's going to have to knock him out or try to win by points. But you don't want to feel like winning by points is a little sketch, with the UFC.
Yeah.
So, but I guess we're both on Manel Cape, huge favorite. But I'm not hating on anyone playing on Nicolau, plus 230, bro. That might be – doesn't sound bad at all, bro. Because if you look at it, look at this. 19-3, 19-6. I know the records aren't everything, but like when you just look at everything, if you just start looking at stats, look at everything, it's just like, why are we on Manel Cape at 270? But there's just some things that are intangible here. And if Manel Cape can't beat Nicolau, does Manel Cape get a title shot? You know what I'm saying?
Well, now he should be fighting Kai Kara, but Kai Kara cat him.
Because he's a Fargo. Oh, man. But getting to the main event here, bro. Main fucking event. We got Magomed Ankalaev, who's arguably could be the champion already, against Johnny Walker, bro.
Rematch. Remember, this is a rematch due to a controversial illegal knee to Walker. And then,
yes, no contest.
They stopped the fight because they asked Walker where he was at, and he said, "I'm in the Middle East. I'm in the desert." And like the doctor didn't like that.
He said he was in the desert, right? And then and they were like, "Well, technically he's not wrong because they were in Vegas, were they not?" Yeah.
No, they were in it. Wasn't it Abu Dhabi?
Was it? Let me see here. No, it was a fight night round. They fought.
It was Islam's last fight, right?
Let me see. I'm tripping. Yeah, you're right. It was Makhachev against Volkanovski. I was looking at the wrong thing, but yeah. So he wasn't wrong, bro. They were just like didn't like his answer. Maybe there's a language barrier.
Nah, remember it was the doctor. It was a doctor who was fucking up already that whole night, and then it was like, oh, he's gonna fucking cancel it, and then exactly what happened.
Hell yeah! But if anything, that Ankalaev should have been pissed on that more because he was the one. But
yeah,
at the same time, that was hella illegal.
Yeah, it was illegal as fuck. Like the rules, bro. Like, come on. I want Johnny Walker to get to win actually this fight, but I just feel like Ankalaev is just too skilled.
Yeah, Ankalaev minus 500 right now.
Holy
Johnny
shit.
Walker plus 375. Under over 1.5. The over is minus 140.
Oh, yeah, I'll take the over.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the best look on that fight is the over. Greasy parlay with Ankalaev.
There's a 5-rounder now too.
Yep. I don't think it'll last 5 rounds though. 4 or 5.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, let's put it this way. This is supposed to be the new and improved Johnny Walker, right? Because he was supposed to be a great prospect. His body but his body composition is like people want that in fighting, especially in sports. But in fighting, 6'6", lean, athletic, strong. Like, bro, he just has the only thing is his IQ is not right, bro. Yeah. That's the only thing. And I was a big Johnny Walker fan up until his loss with Corey Anderson. When he started going on his losing streak, that was when I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling this whole guy here. Look at his record here. He beat Anthony Smith by decision. Couldn't finish Anthony Smith. That's sus. He beat Paul Craig. He beat Ian Kutalaba. So, I mean, these are, and then he's only lost like Jamal Hill, who infamously did like that hammer on the head, and the dude was like bouncing. And then Thiago Santos he lost to, which is a huge red flag, by the way. I love Thiago Santos, but come on, guys. Come on.
Nah, yeah, I just feel like, like I said, the skill, like Walker has that flash in the pan where he can get you out there with something crazy and something fancy, but Ankalaev could just like break him down. You know what I'm saying? Just, make it an ugly fight. Just don't be dirty though.
Yeah, and he's got to be focused because like he should be pissed because he should have been champ. Then they called some bullshit like a draw and then no champ or whatever, and then you get a no contest after you get Johnny Walker, who would have ideally propelled him to another title shot. So It's like, what the hell's going on here? But 9-fight win streak, fool, and this fool will be finishing people. He don't sub people that much, surprisingly.
Nah,
and the only loss was by sub.
Yeah, he's just kind of boring.
Yeah, exactly. And then he hasn't had a win since Anthony Smith and then Thiago Santos. So it's like the level of competition was down. He was getting beat up by Blachowicz, but he ended up dominating the fight overall.
Because he was able to take him down, yeah,
exactly. So, man, I mean, obviously I'm picking Ankalaev to win, but as far as minus 500, that's real juicy. And I think that's almost like disrespectful to Johnny Walker, even though, I mean, if you look at paper, Johnny Walker's whatever, other than his like build, but it's just hard for me to think Johnny Walker is going to win and then become the champ or like go get a title shot with his IQ. You know what I'm saying? Like, like he's not all there. He's not all there. So I'm going Ankalaev, but I don't hate on nobody for sprinkling on that Johnny Walker plus 375, bro, at 205 weight. He could definitely knock out Ankalaev.
Yeah,
fuck around. So, what are you like? Are you gonna take that shot on Johnny Walker?
Oh no, I'm with Abraham Lincoln,
the vampire hunter,
Dagestanian Abraham for sure.
Hell yeah! Well, that's the last fight. Let's see what our best looks are. We got to start the year off super right, MMA SmokeOut. We back this year. We're about to do better, even better than we did. What do you got? What looks do you got, man, for the people?
Man, I might do a straight up bet with Joshua Van.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do a parlay with Van, Fareed, Manel Cap, and Ankalaev. And then I'll do another one with a straight up bet too. Oh no, he's like minus 650. And I want to do a Waldo by TKO.
Okay. We're getting props in there. People love props.
Yeah, and then
Waldo KO minus
Waldo,
180.
Yep, and then maybe here's a little money maker. We'll do a clincher booty hole. Benitez, Simone, and Smelly Burger.
Smellis Burger. Okay, we're getting 4 places of the people. You got to start out the year right. I mean, we've been taking a little break, so I'll also go 4 for y'all.
Yeah, because one of them's a prop too. So.
Yeah, man. Let's see here. Are we doing that this year? We're trying to add some props to the game. I'm not a big prop guy, but we could definitely do it. Oh shit. Sorry, my computer is tripping out. All right, so for me, I'm gonna go. What was my first one? Oh yeah, Smellis Burger. Hey. Smellis Burger, man, minus 130. I think even at 135, still good to go. Then we got best bet. What was that? The Hulk. Hey. The Hulk Ferreira at minus 125 right now.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
I would also look for those that are into props. Him by KO plus 185. I mean, if he's gonna win, I think that's really the only way he's gonna win.
Yeah,
is by KO. So, but I won't add that to this one. And then what was my other one? Jim Miller, minus 120. Take that for y'all. So that's 3 for y'all. And I'm gonna bring back the greasy parlays like I always do. I'm gonna go Ankalaev. This is real greasy. Manel Cape. This is so greasy. Josh Van,
Hey,
just to start off the card right. There's one more. Tom Nolan.
Tom Nolan.
Yeah, that's real greasy for you. 2 young guys, 2 more experienced guys on the main card. Yeah, and then I didn't say this because the line moved so much, but Ricky Simone, it would have been on my best bet as well. If I had a bonus one, I'm not going to record it, but at minus 175 right now, I would still take him. Like honestly, up to minus 190 is like solid, but I got him at minus 140, so I'm content. But yeah, man, any last words to the people, man? We appreciate y'all for those tuning back in. We love violence. Violence is back. Put them dukes up. Hopefully we get some more guests throughout the year here to join us, give us different perspectives, and we continue to fucking cash, bro.
Yeah, man, it's a little appetizer for the big Strickland fight next week
In Canada.
We'll break that down for sure. It should be interesting. But yeah, man, 2024, we back. Big cards coming up. Yeah, let's cash. Let's try to make some fatty at homes while you smoking on that mota.
And peace. This is the SmokeOut, baby. Let's get it.